Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Starco here, guys. Today we are going to do a full review of Hela new uniform with the update Thor Ragnarok update 3.5. I know I was supposed to do it yesterday, something came up, I couldn't make a video yesterday, so today we are going to take a look at her. If you've been reading on the forums, a Facebook group, line group, Reddit, there's a lot of mixed feeling about Hela uniform. Well, let me tell you that, guys. I did have the same mixed feelings. I was like, yeah, I'm not seeing how really she was improved. When I played her the first time, you know, the day she was released during a live stream, and I was like, yeah, I'm not pleased with her at all, man. And then last weekend, I got to try her in Shadowland. We did a wave mode with her. It was a early wave mode, but it was still a wave mode, guys. And let me tell you, she freaking destroyed it in about the minute without taking almost no damage. So I think that with her uniform, if played properly, even with the terrible build, wave mode will be her strength. And let's be honest, we don't have many characters that are basically designed for wave mode, so that is pretty awesome. Also, with her fourth skill being iframe, and it's the fourth skill giving her invincible a buff, plus the minions, I really think that she is a good AC character. You know, not a meta, but after the meta, like Emdal, she is a really good character. Why that? Let's take a quick look at her skills already. First of all, guaranteed dodge 25% and increase all debuff effect by 25%. So just there, it is awesome. Guaranteed dodge will make her avoid a lot of damage, and well, increase all debuff effects. Well, if you stun, if you fear, if you do anything, well, the debuff is going to last longer. Next, if you look at her second skill, decrease all attack by 15%, decrease all defense by 20%, decrease all resistance by 40%. Like, this is amazing for PvP. Now, if we look at first skill, not much. Bleed damage, that's okay. Third skill, summons. Gain summons illusion with 70% of the summoner stat. Basic, our summons are physical attacker, combat character, so they won't benefit from her energy attack. So if you actually build her to have strong summons characters, you need to in her Yuru setup, you need to have 2 energy attack and 2 physical attack gear per Yuru per gear. Then you got the tier 1 passive here, apply to self, increase a 20% increase to all attack and defense of summon characters, and 20% increase to HP and 20% duration increase of summon characters. Basically, our summons are not that bad at all. They are pretty decent. They will be able to tank for her, and they won't die. Well, depend if you're facing a meta in AC. Yes, they will die. That's just normal. But in a regular fight, they won't die. Next, if we look at the fourth skill here, you have apply to self invincible. Then she's going to go up in the air, and she's going to throw 1,000,000 projectiles. You know, if you look at it, if you think at it, some people say, "Hey, it does less damage," but for it, oh yes, it's normal. She was doing like only a few hits before. Now she does like I don't know, depending on the mobs you're fighting, but she can do like 50, 60 hits with the skills. So it's a lot more AoE damage overall from that skill. Then you got the fifth skill. That was actually bind the target. I'm sorry, I said stun earlier. It was bind, guys. Basically, what bind does is that the target cannot attack you while they are bind. well, they cannot do damage to you basically. This can still attack, but they will just not do damage, and it has a really great AoE beam on the ground too. That is pretty strong. And with her leadership, well, her leadership 45% increase of energy attack, so she was already a leadership character, but she is more than that if you build her properly for the good reason. Like, don't build her for a timeline. Don't build her to be able to kill Wall Boss Ultimate. That's not gonna happen. Same thing with Alliance Tournament. Like, you gotta be realistic. Same thing with Alliance Battle Extreme. Alliance Battle Extreme, she'll be able to do about 100k, which is pretty decent for a non-meta character. But she is really going to be a highly focused characters on AC and Shadowlands. So if you're in Alliance that's not looking for the top A Alliance battle score, but wants to be competitive in AC, and you still need help to get farther in Shadowlands, she is a really good character. Plus, if you get her uniform to Mythic, you get a CPT obelisk from the cinematic challenge. So a cinematic battle, whatever it's called. So it is worth to get our uniform to Mythic too. Now, here, let's say what it says about the uniform. When this uniform is equipped, a snare effect activates when dealing basic attack on Nerby and enemies, and an ignore targeting effect is activated momentarily, allowing for more strategic fighting. Also, the debuff area created when using Dead Touch changed so that it will constantly stick to the attack target. So, what is Death Touch? That's the ability. So if you put that on one target, well, the targets around the target are going to get all those debuffs till the debuff is over. And well, your basic attack will have a snare effect, so you could actually go in Shadowland 1 versus 1 fight and just press your basic attack and just let the fight go till the fight is over a little bit, like with Mardos. So that's another thing she gets, which is really useful in PvP too, because if all her skills are on cooldown and she uses basic attack, basically she's going to ruin some people in AC. So that's the big thing about Hela. Like I said, don't expect her to be a meta, don't expect her to, you know, be one of the best super violent universal characters. She's not going to be. She is an amazing leadership, really useful in Wall Boss Ultimate, Super Giant, really useful for Alliance Battle Extreme, a universal violent if you are doing it with either Dormammu or Loki, and in Shadowland she can be really useful, and in Alliance Conquest too. So that is what she's going to perform at. For the rest, forget that, guys. She's not going to be useful. If you're not looking at those things that she's good at, well, don't even think about building her up, because it's going to be worthless for you. Now let's take a quick look at my build, guys. Here, my detail. Well, first you can see my Hela is ranked 12,000, so she is not really built. Here we are 47% skill cooldown reduction, 50% ignore defense, 143% critical damage, 36% critical rate. Attack speed we got close to 23% if we addition those two together. Then if we look at the gear, you can see I only have Yuru on the first gear just to get some extra skill cooldown. I put anything on it basically because I just needed some extra skill cooldown. For the rest, she got nothing really. ISO set, we are running with a binary power, which is going to make her you know, better for Alliance Conquest basically because of the shield effect. Here that you can see, create a shield that is 20% of max HP. Got some recovery rate that is pretty useless on her. Critical rate, attack speed, all defense, and max HP. Not the best ISO set. I just roll something Was happy to get binary power because she does need the extra survivability for AC just in case that something bad happens. So I was pretty satisfied with it. I kept it. Somewhere along the way, I actually bought a fully awakened stone here. I didn't even know that. Obelisk. Obelisk, I went with mixed obelisk. What I mean by that is that I do have the in your defense together in your defense cap and have the dodge to increase our dodge so she has better resistance, and we get energy shield plus. But if you go with binary power, this is actually not the best setup. You will want a max HP obelisk with invincible pros. I think that will be what will be the best for her. Also, we didn't actually check the dodge we add on her. We have 58% dodge. The cap is 75%. So you want to bring her as close as the cap as you can. So with our uniform, while you upgrade it, you have if you have the bonus uniform, you have possibility to increase our dodge. You can do it with Yuru too, but for Yuru, if you actually building her for AC, you will want to go basically max HP as much as you can. So you will want to have 2 max HP Yuru on her with either dodge, well, I'll say 1 dodge on each gear, and probably 2 energy attack on each gear, since the summons are not going to be a major point in AC. So like I said, I will go 2 energy attack, 2 max HP, and 1 dodge on each gear for the Yuru. Then Obelisk, max HP, invincible, and to finalize Ezo set, I will actually recommend a drastic density enhancement. Why? All set bonus. Let's take a quick look here. Where are you, bro? Here we are. See, drastic density enhancement has the same shield effect than binary power, but the stats on it is much better. You got all attack. You got max HP, which kind of needed with that with the shield Ezo set. Then you got critical damage. Not caring too much about that, but the crowd control time reduction is really good for AC2, and the in your defense will basically, with my cards, will get me cap right now if I had that Ezo set. So that's pretty much how you want to build her, mainly for AC. As I say build her for AC, well guys, if she's built for AC, she still won't have any problems surviving and killing stuff in Shadowlands. So there's no real offensive build for her because that will be useless on her. So you really want to focus her on a PvP build for Alliance Conquest. So with that said, guys, next we're going to move for some gameplay. We're going to bring her to first. We are going to go with Wall Boss. We're going to fight whatever wall boss they want us to fight today, if it's possible. You know, if it's Scarlet Witch, well, we're going to pick another wall boss. Then we are going to test her in wall boss invasion and story mode autoplay versus story 12-1. So those are the 3 things we're going to be testing with her. And at the end, just in case you want to see it, guys, I will be putting Hela against Alliance Battle normal mode. I want to see how fast she can actually clear the whole thing with our good AoE. So let's start like right now with the wall boss. Here, wall boss. We haven't done it yet today. Like I said, if it's Scarlet Witch, we're gonna pick something else. Let's pick something fun, like I don't know, regular Thanos. That kind of give us an idea of how she can do. A good team up for her apparently is teaming her up with Valkyrie. She get a team up bonus. Will crowd control time reduce, but it's especially the 45% increased damage to super violent you get from that. It is even better. And as a third character's team up, we're gonna put Thor. That'll give more in your defense that we don't really need right now, and more critical rate. And set the same 5 strikers we set all the time, just to keep those 5 at the top for Wolbus Ultimate basically. That's all we care about. So obviously she's the leader, so we don't have to switch. So the first thing we're gonna pop is the 4th skill to get the 3rd skill to get our summons going. Then we're going to chain with 5 and 4. Then we're going to kite around and repeat that basically for tennis, because we gotta try to avoid getting it as much as possible. So let's start here. You can see all the mini hits. That is pretty good. You know, it's just Thanos normal mode, but still, she is still doing a pretty good job against him. We're gonna wait till he actually jump. He's not jumping, so we're gonna chain. Sorry, got a little bit of lag today, guys. And we're doing pretty good. Look, her L, she didn't get it one time, so that is pretty decent. And the damage is actually pretty fast. That's pretty much the same rotation you're going to do in Island Conquest, if not Island Conquest, Shadowland if you play her. So she's like impossible to kill, man, if you play her properly. Honestly, her damage output is not the best in the game, which we will expect from her, but she is a really decent character. Next, we're going to go with the autoplay on story mode, guys. We want to see how fast she can actually do it. And that's pretty much what we're going to do here. So let's pop this story mode. If we compare to Loki, Loki was actually... damn notification sound, huh? Loki was actually able to do it in 1 minute 14. So we want to see the difference, basically. So let's get this rolling and see how it goes. We don't need to switch or anything since she's already the lead. Chapter 12, Mission 1, actually, without in your dodge is a little bit painful, so the damage is not going to be as great as we will want to, but that's the team up we decided to go in with, and we'll see how she does on autoplay. You can see she used 1-2 on cooldown when they're available, not using the summons at the start, so that is something that's kind of bad for her on autoplay. But it's nice that she used the second skills on cooldown. For one big reason, it's because in AC, if she does the same AI play, well, that will apply the debuff and can actually win you a fight at the start with the other characters. That's going to do massive damage when that happens. So this is a really good thing for our PvP gameplay. So basically, she's going to go 2-1, then iframe. So this is really good. And if she has something else to beat, the fourth skill in that order will be the summon. So basically, she'll do 2-1-5 summons, which is really good. The sad thing is she's not really using her fourth skill on AI play, which is one of her strongest AoE skill. And that saddens me a little bit, but that's still fine. So let's see how she's going to do against our twin sister. She used a fourth skill finally. Damage output is not that bad, but not as great as we want to. And really, the reliability. Oh my god. Oh, I'm French, guys. Sorry. My English sucks. You know, she is not reliable that she's going to use her summons. That is a really, really bad thing on the autoplay. But they are not really needed for AC. So I'm fine with that because, like I said many times in that video, I'm going to be focusing her on AC, so that is good. Her AoE damage is really strong. That is her biggest strength. That's why if you use her in Shadowland, I really recommend her Wave Floor, because that is where she is going to be performing the most. So here, let's see how much time it took her. And come on, slow screen. It took her 2 minutes 6. So obviously our damage output is not that great. If we compare the time, Loki did 1 minute 14 and Heimdall did 1 minute 44 on my fastest try, around 2 minutes on my Heimdall video. So our damage output is really close to Heimdall. But, well, basically she's like the energy version of Heimdall, if we can compare that, because great survivability, AC focused character, and not that good of characters for playing as auto play on a story mission. So they're about the same kind of characters, just one is energy, one is physical, one got summons, one got guard. That's pretty much the difference. To go with the next part, guys, we're going to do a wall bus invasion. Then, like I said earlier, we're going to try her in Alliance Battle normal. So here, I'm not going to open the chest. That's not the point of the video. So here, we're going to go with the same team we were doing earlier. So Hela with Thor. And the first character here on the list, the second character on the list, there we go. And we're going to try with that, see how she actually does against, well, how good our DPS is in wall bus invasion. Basically, that's what we want to see, because we're always testing that in case you want as many characters as you can for winning the DPS race in wall bus invasion, which I think that's not going to be the case with Hela, but we're still gonna try her out and see how she actually does. Oh, we're playing with people who are not doing much DPS either, so that is a pretty slow one. If you have damage plus on her, I will recommend to use it on the 5th skill, because this is the skill that single target is going to do the most damage. Okay, here we got beat by Sharon Rogers. That should have done a lot more than 50% here, and we were really close at her, so about a million point two per minute, which is not that great for a wall bus invasion. So I do not recommend her as a characters to win the first spot in wall bus invasion. So next, guys, we're going to go in Alliance Battle normal. That's going to be the last thing we do in this video. Let's go here, Arena, Alliance Battle normal. Already got a team set up. We're going to go with Hela lead, Loki, and Enchantress. That is one of the best team up they have together. And we're going to see how fast she clear, you know, when there's a lot of mobs around. See how good she is with all that AoE damage. That, in my opinion, is her greatest strength. Like, you know, the first 100k in Alliance Battle normal, it's like you don't even care about it because there's like no damage. The damage output needed is really low, so that's not going to be affected by our eye damage. But once we pass the second beast, that's where we're going to start seeing if she actually good or bad or decent or whatever. She's still getting the ads down pretty fast with that fourth skill, so it is pretty good. But she's getting it a little slow. I gotta admit that I was expecting a little bit more damage output, considering how she was doing good in Shadowland last weekend with me. But still, she is good. Look, she's barely taking any damage, lots of iframe. Damage is still better than a lot of other characters you can try in Alliance Battle Normal, in my opinion. Okay, now we got one last wave of mobs, then the last beast. This is getting good. Look, her health is still really high, so that is one of the good things. So if you are building an account, like again, it's a really good option for being able to clear some Alliance Battle too. Even though she shouldn't be a focus, still, she wouldn't be a mistake for you know, a free-to-play account or something like that. But I will like to add that any character that cannot clear Alliance Battle Normal within 3 minutes is not good DPS. That's a sure thing. So she really could do more DPS, but again, her uniform is not upgraded. So maybe with her uniform upgraded, she could do much better than that. It's possible. But that's not something we can actually test right now. Because we're not, we only have the uniform to normal. There we go. 4 minutes 27 seconds. That was pretty slow. So, global opinion, guys, about Hela. She is a decent character, but she is, like I said, AC and Shadowland focus. Do not look at her at more than that. If you look at her more than that, you're going to say, hey, she's terrible. Well, yes, she's not meant for anything more than that. It's sad. She's the god of death. She should be much stronger than that. But we gotta do with what we gotta do. So, AC, Shadowland, it's a yes for me for Hela with her new uniform. anything else, she is not worth it. So on that, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Tomorrow we'll be doing a Lance Battle Extreme guide for Scourge, which is the new free-to-play meta. And so I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Throw me a like if you enjoy. If you enjoy my content in general, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day.